you. Welcome to TNT. And did you introduce this person?
No, I didn't. That's Roddy Piper in his training outfit. I don't think he would appreciate it.
And this, Alfred?
They're bins.
Yours?
Exactly.
Our first guest, as a matter of fact, might from time to time need to wear those glasses. Would you please welcome the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. What is that infernal machine you have there?
Look at this. Look at this picture. Hey, camera number one, can you wake up behind the camera? Can you wake up behind the camera over there, buddy, and get a shot of this? Look at this. Look at this. What do you think? Doesn't he look good? Look at Elmer.
Is that the way Elmer is going to look after his match with Adonis during WrestleMania?
What a big surprise. You know, adorable Adrian, let me put this thing down. What am I doing using this right now? I'm all excited about WrestleMania too, man. But, you know, adorable Adrian, he's got a brand new hold, and it's called the Adorable Squeeze. And we're going to put it on Uncle Elmer. And when Uncle Elmer wakes up, he's going to look like, can you wake up again on the camera over there, number two? Get a close-up of this. Come on. Look at this. Look at, that's the way he's going to look, man.
All right, we're going to take you now to a little bit of the Adrian Adonis story. Here we go.
Adrian! Hello, how are you? Fine, how are you? I'm fine. Sit down, please. Have a seat. You got bows in your hair. Well, let me tell you something. I've been rough and tough and mean all my life, and I can wear exactly what I want. I did jump out of the closet, and there was no brooms behind me. You jumped out of the closet? Definitely so.
It appeared to me, Mr. Adonis, that it appeared to me in Piper's Pit that you were trying to make a statement of some kind.
Well, first of all, here, all the people think they're funny by laughing. Look at all of them out there. Now, every one of them's got a funny top lip. They can all play the banjo. They don't know how to get to one town from another. They do know how to get on the bus, but they forget the transfer. So you have no right to laugh at what I am, or what I like to do, or where I like to go, or where I like to hang out. And I'm gonna say something right now and admit it right now. Everybody wants to hear it, and I'm gonna say it. Yes, I'm gay.
You did it. You did it, Adrian. Beautiful, baby. It's for you.
So settle down, girls.
Isn't he great? Isn't he great? Isn't he great? I promise you this, in WrestleMania 2, we're going to throw the big shock into professional wrestling. Because like I said earlier, we're going to put the adorable squeeze on Uncle Elmer. And when he wakes up, he will have the lipstick on. He will have the ribbons. And I don't know if old Joyce is going to be with him anymore tonight. That old prune-faced wife of his. Oh, it's going to be great. Prune-faced wife, baby. That's right. Old prune-face. But I promise you. I set a goal out when I came to the WWF. I said, in 1 year's time, I'll be the most dominant force in professional wrestling because I always say, who's the smartest man in professional wrestling? And why am I? Adorable Adrian Adonis. The Funks. And last but not least, the Hart Foundation, baby. The Anvil and the Hitman. So, I'm just all excited. What can I say? I'm all excited about all this. Wake up, Alfred. Wake up, man. WrestleMania 2 is going to happen. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? The biggest sporting event in the history of wrestling, man.
You stop spitting
Are you going to be in Los Angeles?
Oh, my
I cannot believe you said that.
You're expirating all over me.
Well, give me your handkerchief then. I'll wipe my mouth. How's that, huh? How's
I
that?
think perhaps we thank you for
Elmer,
your
be
time.
ready. Thank you for my time. Thank me for my time. And thank you for nothing. How do you like that? For nothing, baby. Nothing.
Hi, this is Cab Calloway. Don't you know that I'm going to be at WrestleMania 2 on April the 7th? And don't you know also that I'm going to bring Minnie the Moocher with me and we're going to hide.
Back with more TNT, and the Rowdy one, Roddy Piper, has been training very, very hard with his trainer, Lou Duva. And we have some footage we're going to show you now of Mr. Piper training out in, I believe, Reno, Nevada. Many of you saw him perhaps in the background with the recent matchup with Tyrell Biggs. But let's show you now Roddy Piper, who is taking this match very, very seriously. This 10-round boxing match with Mr. T for WrestleMania. Here's the way Piper's been training.
Not tired at all. Wanna fight? I took all the rest of the time off until April 7th to my fight. I'm not wrestling anymore. I'm not doing anything. You know, a lot of people, they're laughing and they're doing a lot of things because I have a tendency to goof around, but I'm in there, I'm not goofing around at all. I think you can tell by the way I'm training. Anytime you want to come down, too, anybody at all you beer-drinking, barroom brawlers, you know, I can kick you, too. You know, and I'm not afraid to cheat, and I'll tell you right now, I will. I come here, though, to watch some of the best. There's nobody better than Biggs, nobody better than Spinks. There's no, speak of the devil, man. There he is right there. How you doing, man? Yeah. What a pleasure it is to meet you. Champ, come up here. Would you come up here, man? Come here, yeah. You're damn right, man. Come in here, champ. Yeah. Yes, sir. This is the first time I ever met Mr. Spinks. I know, Rob. Oh, what a pleasure. You know what? I want to say something about this. People knocked out. I'm fighting this guy called Mr. T. I know who you know it is. You know, you're a former world champion. And you lost one fight one time, and this Mr. T walked out on you because nobody knows what it's like to do and God, what things you've gone through and what a man you are, and I got respect for it. You lose one time, and all of a sudden, everybody's out of your corner, and nobody has no time for you. You have enough, you know, my coaches tell me, you know, it's easy to get knocked down, the hard part's getting back up, and you come back up, and I'm damn proud just to meet you. I think you're a tremendous individual, man, and I know what you've gone through, and I think you're great for getting through it. I love you. You see how scientific we're being in this fight. You know, this Joker T, you know, I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but everything we're doing is science. Of course, that's why I've been so good my entire life, is because I'm not a barroom brawler anymore like the old timers used to be. I know science. In wrestling, what I do is scientific. Everything is calculated. Everything I do is for a reason. T, you have no idea. This man right now, everything he's doing in the massage is for a reason. He's getting toxics. He's getting sugar. He's breaking up cholesterol in my body. Am I talking over your head, T? Am I, you folks out there, am I talking? Let me put it down to you really simple. I and David are very, very good. You are poo-poo. You are not good at all. You are nothing. You see, we're being said. He's taking toxics out of my system that T doesn't even know about. He's breaking up cholesterol. I've worked out 3 times today. You see me work out in different sessions 3 times. After this, I'm going to go chase some ducks, man. You know why I'm chasing ducks? Because I figure that's the only thing you're going to be able to do in there, T, is close your eyes and duck, brother, man. That's it, man.
You know why I'm talking to you? Because you got more brains than T does. That's why I'm talking to you. He fell in there, he couldn't swim. And his feet are webbed too. Ducks. Ducks. Oh, ducks, 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 ducks. Oh, ducks, 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 ducks. Want to make you feel at home, T. Oh, ducks, 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 ducks. Whoa. Bye, ducks. Good thing I hate stuck.
Some unusual training techniques of Roddy Piper.
That's a very dangerous man. You know, Piper is playing a game here, and T better be very careful because he's working out seriously very, very hard. He's impressive, and he's trying to give the idea he's a crank. Don't believe it for 1 minute.
No, indeed. I'm sure Mr. T will not fall for that. He'll be ready. We'll be right back.
I am the judge. I am the judge. Everybody knows that I am the judge. At WrestleMania 2, I want to see you.
There we saw Daryl Dawkins, who was one of the guest judges for the 10-round boxing event, along with G. Gordon Liddy and Cab Calloway. Here's a little look at the way Mr. T might look, or for that matter, Roddy Piper, either before T looks bad right there, doesn't he?
He does indeed, doesn't he?
Roddy looks a little on the wrinkled side, however. No offense to that to you, Mr. Piper, from those comments. Right now, we'd like to introduce to you the man who currently manages the tag team champions of the world. Would you welcome Luscious Johnny Valiant? That is a stinking cigar.
Thank you very much. I went to the store and I said, give me the filthiest stinking cigar you got. And he says, well, here's right here. I said, good, give me a box though.
Well, if memory serves me, there was some conjecture as to whether or not you used a cigar when Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine won the tag team championship in Philadelphia.
Well,
Is that
you
not
know how
correct?
they do things, photographically speaking, with the photographs and this and that, and they kind of juggle things around, to suit themselves. Some people do that. I never used a cigar, In fact, smoking is not really my forte.
Could that be one of the
It's like a
reasons
Bible.
why there are two referees in the tag team title matchup on this occasion at WrestleMania?
Could be. I would have to say that thought was interjected by Captain Lou Albano, and that's the reason why. I think he went to the WWF and insisted that they have two referees because he's very fearful of the loss of the British Bulldogs to the hands of the Dream Team, Valentine and Beefcake.
All right, we have some videotape footage here. We will take you now to something you might be very interested in.
Fine, let's go.
His own corner. Because if the hammer slaps the figure four, and I ain't seen no one get out of it yet, Gorilla. Hammer going to work on Dynamite Kid, who wasn't doing anything but minding his own business. Well, I'll tell you, Dynamite had it coming from earlier in the match, Gorilla, when he came across the ring. Uh-oh, he's going for it again. Uh-oh, he's dropped it down in there. He's got it on. Here comes Dynamite. Dropping the leg right across the face of Valentine. Well, that's one save by each team, yes. Tag is made to Brutus Beefcake, and likewise to the Dynamite Kid, who comes in and catches. Brutus coming in, and now 3 men inside the ring. Whoa! Dynamite Kid, a House of Fire backbreaker coming up. Referee not even there to make the count. Give me a break. Dynamite wrapping up Brutus. Wow, what a shot right underneath the chin. Over for the cover again. 2 count. Just made it out. Look at this. Valentine illegally in the ring. All 4 men in there now. Pandemonium broken loose here in Madison Square Garden. All 4 men inside the ring. Dynamite looking for a whip in. He gets it. Referee's lost control of this one. Who's the legal men, Gorilla? Having a clue. Dynamite Kid and Beefcake, right? Beefcake, yes. Look at this. High press. This could be it. Referee looking. He's not even attempting to make a count. Give me a break. Still 4 men in the ring. Still 4 men and Valentine now put outside. And a small package being applied. Look at this. Luscious John comes in and rolls his man over on top. Oh, no. They got him. Oh, that Luscious Johnny's brilliant. What a miscarriage of justice.
Hi, Mr. Valiant. Perhaps certainly another reason why there will be 2 referees in this WrestleMania event to prevent something like that happening.
Well, let's just say that that's just one trick that Luscious Johnny knows. Let's just say that's one of thousands of tricks, Vince McMahon, and I feel that I have a few little tricks up my sleeve, of which I have not had the opportunity to divulge. Chicago is going to bring a different situation here, and I feel that I'm going to have to be up in my lessons. I have a few little things I haven't shown anybody yet.
Well, they're on the other side of the British Bulldogs. Of course, there's Louis Albano, and also there's another gentleman I think that's also going to be joining as a guest cornerman, Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Are you familiar with?
Ozzy Osbourne?
Yes, Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne's going to be in the corner of the British Bulldogs.
Yes, he is the guest cornerman. Of course, both from. Beg your pardon?
What's he going to do? London Bridge is falling down or something? Is that the type of thing they're going to get into?
I'm not really sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is the first time, quite honestly, that I've heard this, and I think that's great because that's just another diversion. That's just another person that they have to worry about. They're going to be wailing away and saying, is it okay now? How am I doing now, love? How am I doing now, mate? Is it okay? Let me tell you something. You can get Ozzy Osbourne or you can get Ozzy Schwartz. I don't care. Alberto, sell the farm, baby. Chi-Town belongs to Valiant and the Dream Team.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining me.
Hi, I'm Kathy Lee Crosby. Join me and Gorilla Monsoon ringside at the big event April 7th, WrestleMania 2.
Kathy Lee, working with Gorilla Monsoon. I'm going to have the pleasure of working with Miss Susan St. James as guest commentator from New York. And speaking of New York, that would bring us to our next guest who manages the magnificent Morocco, as Mr. Morocco will no doubt have perhaps his greatest match, at least his greatest task, as he squares off against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff as part of WrestleMania. Would you please welcome the manager of the magnificent Morocco, Mr. Fuji. Mr. Fuji, I wonder if anyone has ever told you that you have very sweaty palms.
Because Mr. Fuji is thinking.
I beg your pardon?
I am thinking. What I'm thinking, I have very wet palms.
Very wet palms. Wet palms can be indicative of other things, can't they? Can they not, Alfred?
Fear, one would say.
Fear?
Nervousness. Inferiority complex.
An inferiority complex. Perhaps you're beginning to literally sweat the match with that Morocco is going to have with Paul Orndorff.
Never, boy, son. Let me tell you. Morocco son in prime shape. Good shape. Orndorff better worry. Nice body, just temporary. Mr. Morocco will take good care of Orndorff for his son. And you shall suffer, Orndorff son. That's bad news.
All right, well, let's take you now to some footage. Here we go with some footage of
On
Morocco.
the other hand, look at this guy. He's looking like a bull. He's got such huge arms, shoulders, back, legs.
A yank of the hair by Mr. Morocco.
Morocco must be around 85 pounds, huh?
Yes, every bit. Come on, referee. What did you just... Obsequious bow on the part of the magnificent Morocco. Mr. Morocco does not like the chant beach bum. Side headlock now by Powers, and Powers hanging on.
Well, did you see how he hung on? He hung on by grabbing Morocco by the hair, and I'd say good for him because, you know, Morocco has sure been pulling a couple cheap drinks with Jim Powers. Let's get back a little bit. Yes, sir. The fans approve. They're saying great. Give him a taste of his own medicine.
Mr. Fuji, however, moments ago looking on, does not approve. Missing, Morocco does. Flying body press, I can get it. One, we get two. Almost a count of three. Side headlock again by young Jim Powers.
Jim Powers is a tough competitor, always in great shape, and I'll tell you, he gives it his best in that ring all the time. Right now, the great Morocco is having his hands full with young Jim Powers.
Hey, don't get a heart attack, lady.
Mr. Fuji with commentary. Kind of difficult to understand Mr. Fuji from time to time.
It is, yes it is.
Off the rope. Elbow misses by Morocco. Jim Powers back. Tries it. No. Look at that. Knocked the referee down in the process. Powers going to the well one time too often with a tipped flying body press.
It did, and it looked for a while like it was going to succeed, but to Morocco's credit, he just was able to balance himself and take that into a slam. Morocco doesn't make many mistakes, and you got to be careful with him.
Rocco drives the knee right into the face. Up goes Powers. Rocco with his version of the pile driver. And that looks like it'll do it. Yep. Oh, come on.
Devastated. Very good.
Now, tell me something, Mr. Fucci. I would think that, given the condition that Mr. Morocco was in, given the condition his opponent, Paul Orndorff, is in, if the match progresses over the 15-minute mark, then obviously I think even you would concede that it's certainly in Mr. Orndorff's favor if the match goes longer than 15 minutes, given the condition Paul Orndorff is in.
So sorry, boy, so you're wrong. After 15 minutes, Orndorff will be sucking air like vacuum cleaner. No way. Let me tell you too, boy, son. I hear long time Orndorff was a good football player.
Yes, as a matter of fact, he was very good.
No, very good wrestler, right? Right? Pretty good. Magnificent one used reverse psychology. After maybe 10 years of wrestling, he will play football, and he will be all professional football star. Magnificent one. Just opposite, boy, son.
Using the opposite, huh?
Uh-huh, and we'll succeed, too.
Tell me, how's your career coming along in films?
Oh, very, very good, boy, son. All kind Hollywood producer, director, coming to Mr. Fuji, Magnificent One, begging on hands and knees, please, please. Magnificent One said,
Well, we wish you luck during WrestleMania, Mr. Fuji, and thank you for joining us.
No money, no.
James Brown. Would you please welcome our next guest? He is the manager of some, I believe, 15 different tag team championship combinations. He is hopeful to make it, I believe, 16 during WrestleMania. The manager of the British Bulldogs, Captain Louis Albano. Mr. Albano, a perfect example of do as you say, do not exactly as you do in the training department, at least, right?
Well, I'm not a trainer, Vince. I've never been a trainer to my champions. I'm merely there as a technical advisor. I merely handle all the financial end.
Excuse me, that could be the largest belly button I've seen.
Actually, they measured it with a clicker counter, and it's 70.923 inches across.
They measured it with a what?
A clicker counter. Did you ever see one of them?
A clicker counter?
Yeah, you can find them in Woolworth, J.C. Penney, or Sears.
In what department do you find them in?
The main lingerie department.
Okay.
The main thing here, we're talking about WrestleMania. I mean, this is unbelievable. I want to talk about, first of all, Andre the Giant.
In the Battle Royal.
In the Battle Royal. You know, a Battle Royal is without a doubt one of the most dangerous, excuse me for fumbling, dangerous encounters in the world today. You've got super giants in that ring. You've got men like Andre, 567 pounds.
Also, by the way, if I can interrupt you, have a lot of football players who are gunning for Andre. As a matter of fact, we have some videotape footage on some of the football players who would like nothing better than to say they threw Andre over the top rope.
Well, they'd love to do it, but they can't. That's impossible. Let's see it, Vince.
Number one, because my oldest brother has wrestled for many years, Bill, and my father has wrestled for many years and promoted in the islands of Hawaii. My father wrestled such greats as Lou Thez and the famous wrestler from New York City, Bruno Sammartino, who I understand will be making a comeback. Former world champion Bruno will be in the ring with Andre the Giant, who's about 7'4" and over 500 pounds. Big John Studd, who's 6'8" and over 360 pounds. It's going to be a lot of big guys, but I come from a background of wrestling, so I think I've got a pretty good chance.
Well, I just know that football players are better athletes than wrestlers, and what we're going to do is when we get out there, there's going to be a bunch of football players and a bunch of wrestlers in the ring, and I think there's going to be about 6 football players standing at the end, and then there's going to be a battle royale between the football players.
You know, I think I was trained to win in football, and, you know, I think there's some wrestlers there that are going to try to make some football players as examples. But you know what? I think we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Well, the other 19 guys that are entered, obviously none of them are very good athletes. I think with the likes of Refrigerator Perry, Andre the Giant, Big John Studd, and that, you know, it's easy to think that I would win it.
Three things. Number one, I'm probably the strongest of all the wrestlers. Number two, I'm 280 pounds, 6'9", and it's all solid weight, none of that fat stuff. But I think the real advantage I have over the other wrestlers is my leverage. I think my 88-inch reach will definitely work to my advantage.
Hey, I just know I can go out there and win it. Hey, I got the size, I got the quickness. Hey, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to try to win it.
All right, that was the Fridge.
Excuse me a minute. When you get these football players come out and at least they're honest enough to admit that they're going to have a tough time and they're going to try their best, that's okay. When you listen to Too Tall Jones, you know, he's known to have the brain actually of a dehydrated BB. If you put his brain in a pinch and fly backwards, he said he's got the most strength and the most. When you just put him up against Andre, it's like putting a little kid up against a man. I mean, Andre is without a doubt.
Well, I'm not too
it's
sure
his
about
opinion.
that, Mr.
Well, it's his opinion. But I will say this. Professional football players are great athletes. I believe Russ Francis is the only one that, in my mind, and even in the minds of the people who know wrestlers, came out there and said the truth. He said he was a former professional wrestler, and if you want to compare wrestling and football, I've got to stick with the wrestler, feeling that wrestlers are larger,
yes, but then
they're
again,
in great
Mr.
condition.
Bauer,
Yeah, go right ahead, Vince.
You have to admit that in a battle royal, anything can happen.
In a battle royal, anything can happen.
Ted Arcidi,
your own friend, your own partner.
705-pound bench presser, Ted
Wow,
Arcidi gets
wow,
into
wow.
it.
Awesome.
The Iron Sheik, who's certainly won his
Master
share
of
of
suplex.
battle royals. Big John Studd, at least we forget the big boy.
Wow.
I mean, Studd at 6'10".
400 pounds, over 400.
Second only to the Giant in
Refrigerator
winning battle
Perry.
royals.
We mentioned some of the other football players, of course, Andre, the Killer Bees. Now, there you have a situation where they could likely team up.
They would try to team up, but it's very difficult in a battle royal because there's so much confusion of these large super giants in that ring at the same time. The poundage is unbelievable. I believe it's a 10 or 12-foot drop out of the ring. It is so dangerous, and a man can sever a tendon. He can crack a fibia, the tibia, the femur bone going from the pelvic cavity to the knee. Anything can happen.
Pedro Morales also in it. Bruno Sammartino, wrestling's only living legend.
A legend in his own right. I'm sure he's got to be right up there as a possible winner with Andre.
The Hart Foundation.
Another tough team, tough combined effort.
It's going to be something super, but you're predicting a victory for Andre.
I definitely predict a victory for Andre, or at least one of the top wrestlers, but I feel Andre will do it.
Thank you for joining us, Captain Louis Alabama. We'll be back with more
Don't forget the Bulldogs!
More TNT. We mentioned earlier, here's a little characterization in the WrestleMania program of Too Tall there on our left, and the Fridge there. But he is something else, the Fridge is. There's only one face like that in America, and we'll hopefully that face will be intact after the Battle Royal. There's another thing, and we're going to show you now some footage from these two gentlemen. We'll take you back to Saturday night's main event, and here, of course, on the right we see characterization or portrait actually of Hulk Hogan, and on the left that's King Kong Bundy on top of the Empire State Building. He's going to be maybe on top of the steel cage out in Los Angeles. We take you now to footage. We'll take you back to when Hulk Hogan was on the last Saturday night main event, and the first time, any time, he was ever put in the hospital. Here we go.
Give us a run. The boot to the chest. Cover him. Off the rope. Here it comes. Down with the leg. Oh, wait a minute. Coming in now. Look at this. Look at that. That's blatant interference. And the brain disqualified.
Brilliant on the part of Bobby Heenan. Morocco looked as though he was going to get pinned, and Heenan doing his manager's job. But what's happening here?
Well, what's happening here is the Hulkster has Bobby the Brain up in the air. Look at this. Heenan disqualified. From behind there's Bundy. Where did he come from?
Wham! King Kong Bundy to the rescue. He looks like the cavalry, McMahon.
Bundy out of the blue. We saw him earlier. And look, oh no. Double team coming up. Look, Morocco holding onto the Hulkster's arms.
Morocco's got the champion held against the... I love it. I love it, the avalanche.
Heenan giving instructions in there. And here comes... Oh no, the referee through the ropes. Right at the Hulkster. Another avalanche.
This is brutal, McMahon. Look at Bundy. He's just measuring him off. He's measuring Hogan off.
Morocco holding onto the arms. The Hulkster is limp, and Morocco holds him up. But now, the Hulkster down on the canvas. And he is hurt. What'd he say?
He said, there's your champion, McMahon.
Well, look, I think, Jesse, I've never seen a Hulkster in this state before. He looks unconscious. Look what Morocco's doing.
I believe you're right. I believe he is unconscious.
Oh, wait. Oh no! Bundy with yet another avalanche. And Heenan giving instruction on Morocco to turn him over. Oh, no. This is... I've never seen anything quite like this before. Champion Hulk Hogan, totally unconscious. A number of wrestlers coming in now to help the Hulkster, but it looks like it's definitely too late. He's not even moving, Justin.
He's definitely unconscious, McMahon. He's definitely injured.
I think there's a doctor in the ring also. They're trying to bring the Hulkster back around. Yes, the doctor is definitely in there now to take a good look at him. No man could withstand that kind of punishment we saw from Bundy.
Well, you have to remember, Bundy weighs somewhere around the 500-pound mark. Morocco is helping push down, so was Heenan.
I bet his ribs are crushed. I mean, there's no telling what's wrong with him. You know he has to have internal injuries as a result of that kind of damage. Medical assistance should be on its way. And when we return, we'll have an update on the Hulkster's condition.
Gene Okerlund here in front of Good Samaritan Hospital in Phoenix, Arizona. I am awaiting the arrival of Dr. Robert Panovich, the attending physician in the incident where Hulk Hogan had to be admitted to this hospital last night because of injury, as fans know, at the hands of King Kong Bundy, Bobby Heenan involved, along with the magnificent Morocco. Dr. Panovich, the status report on Hulk Hogan, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Gene, Hulk Hogan was dismissed from Good Samaritan early this morning. I'd like to give you a rundown of the extent of his injuries.
Please do.
First of all, he sustained a cerebral or brain concussion. And I might add, if I appear a bit haggard or tired today, it was because I was up with the champion all night. I did neurological evaluations on him every 2 hours to make sure that there was no deterioration of his brain function from the injuries.
We can appreciate that, Doctor, because, of course, we retained a vigil here throughout the night concerned about Hulk Hogan.
I have a humanitarian award to give to the great King Kong Bundy. We have had across America a terrible situation where kids have been getting sick and the public has been getting sick, and they finally figured out that it was from watching Hulk Hogan time and time again that were making these people vomit. And I would like to congratulate the man that put Hulk Hogan in the hospital and cured the entire America. You are wonderful.
It was my pleasure. When you jumped on my back, man, when you squashed me like a grape, when I took that long, slow ride, man, in that rolling coffin, and I felt those hot lights from that ambulance in my face. They had the oxygen mask, me and Gene, over my mug, had my forehead taped down so I couldn't move my head. They thought maybe my neck was broken. They thought maybe my back was broken. And the whole time that oxygen was on my face, I felt like I was being smothered. Not to mention, man, I have never been knocked out in professional wrestling. It wasn't like he just knocked the breath out of me or he knocked the wind out of me. For a minute and a half, brother, consciously, I knew what was going down. I heard the doctors talking. I saw the kids in Phoenix, Arizona crying and praying. I saw a police officer holding 2 kids in his arms. The kids were crying. The police officer was crying, brother. And it wasn't like it wasn't like the breath was knocked out of me. It was like he took the life out of me, man, for a minute and a half. It was like he killed Hulkamania. It was like I did see the darkness that his partner Morocco talks about. And you know something, Mean Gene? If I had to climb to that steel cage with one good limb, brother, and finish my destiny right there, I will be in that steel cage no matter what condition. And yeah, when I do try to work out now, I feel the separation of the ribs, the torn muscles, and all the other gaga. which only I'm living right now. And King Kong Bundy, all I got to say, April 7th, brother, you're the #1 contender. You say you're a giant, and that's what it's gonna take to stay with me, brother. You better be a giant, and you better be ready, because I'm coming after you, brother.
Yes, we will all look forward to that, the steel cage matchup, and that, without a doubt, is the most dangerous matchup, I guess, ever devised in pro wrestling, and certainly looking forward to that is King Kong Bundy.
Yes, I would
His
think so.
opportunity to win the title. He does not have to pin Hulk Hogan, does not have to make him submit. All he has to do is leave the cage in any manner before the Hulkster. He will become the next World Wrestling Federation champion. By the way, in addition to the greatest wrestlers in the world participating in WrestleMania, if I can get through this in 30 seconds, the guest celebrities include guest vocalist, the great Ray Charles, who sings America the Beautiful. I'm looking forward to that. Guest commentator, Susan St. James Elvira, Kathy Lee Crosby. Guest boxing judges, G. Gordon Liddy, Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins, and Cab Calloway. Guest timekeepers, Herb, Claire Feller, and Ricky Schroeder. Guest referees, Dick Butkus and Robert Conrad. Guest cornerman we mentioned earlier in the tag team title match, Ozzy Osbourne. Guest ring announcers, Joan Rivers. We'll see you next week on the next TNT.